He redesigned and rebooted Halaqual, and it took away everything that made it the Halaqual. Creatures of Sonaria Legacy was something that I would say had many very simple and unique designs. And even though Halaqual itself is sorta kinda lame in its own way, it still has its own niche audience that loves its simplicity and uniqueness to it. It's very sad to see it change just so drastically. Apparently, it first didn't have a beak, but I'll be honest, when they did color it and whatnot, the beak really showed and popped, so I don't know about that complaint. But one of the other complaints I would agree with is the very sad addition to a new set of wings. Now they have 4 arms with 4 wings. I honestly think it's an exaggeration of the design, because it's almost similar to almost every other species that has the same commonly used niche design, where they're just given like these type of sets of wings and these positions and whatnot, and it takes away the uniqueness of the Halaqual, which was its 2 ends without any legs. And it's just sad seeing this simpler, I don't even know how to say it, the simpler side of him gone. The cloud effects, the smoke effect as well, is really so sad. They did the same with the Peru redesign. Peru went from this little bird thing to this absolute mess of a cotton candy, and they're doing the same with the Holocaust, and it's an absolute defeat to me, and I feel so sad seeing all of these changes. Even though Halaqual redesign is not the best, and I absolutely hate how disloyal it is to the old design, I will say this. The reason why they did this is honestly understandable and acceptable. I'll be very blunt. Sinakil replied to why it changed so drastically, and basically they said that this creature is one of the least used and one of the least successful creatures that has ever been played in Creatures of Sonaria. Instead of just redesigning it, they revamped the entire damn thing to its own different new species. Basically, imagine it this way. I'll use like Coca-Cola as an example. Coca-Cola has different types of flavorings and tastes, right? You got let's say like you got Diet Coke, you got like these other flavored Coca-Cola drinks, or like less sugar Coca-Cola drinks and stuff like that. Now, all of these drinks, they have their own niche audience, and let's say the cherry Coca-Cola drink has the least audience. Now, if that's the case, then like what Creatures of Sonaria did was they didn't enhance the flavor of the cherry Coca-Cola. They changed it into raspberry Coca-Cola so that they would find more audience to drink this. They changed it, they revamped it, they didn't redesign it, they didn't better it or improve upon its old niches and whatnot. It literally just changed it because it was unsuccessful, and it was better replacing it and repairing it. So that's what Senakil basically said, and they also basically said it's intentional that they did this. Yeah, it's sad, depressing. I feel defeated seeing many legacy creatures that were once very unique and very, it's just very, very awesome possum being replaced by these newer designs and whatnot. Yeah, it's just sad. The person Andiri or whatever it's called, did say Halaqual was initially a design named Cluflu for the air artifact, but it was then decided to be redesigned for Halaqual. So Andiri also added the fact that they didn't just add like new things to the Halaqual. They literally replaced the idea of a Halaqual with this creature called a Cloudflu? They replaced it. They changed it. He said it would be a better redesign for the Halaqual instead of actually making a dedicated redesign. This is why. I don't know if I should blame them, because on a business perspective, it's a fair deal for them. But on a player perspective, that's heartbreaking, because, well, he had an audience, or he's just another mess in this whole canonical of Creatures of Sonaria. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hate the design. I don't hate the reason why they changed it. I just wish that they did a better job in making an actual Halaqual design instead of some ugly ass species they just merged together and called it a day, replacing the poor damn thing. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Have a good, splendid day, and take care of yourselves, and yada yada yeah. Bye bye.